All right, we've got the latest update from the Tesla team. Chewbacca and I are feeling like we need to get to the dog park. Bill Archer sound good, Chewy? I thought so. Again, thanks to the Tesla AI team for getting us end to end on the highway. This is our first time trying this out. Let's get it going. Take me to Bill Archer Dog Park. All right, we've got it locked in. Let's take a look at some of these other situations here for the autopilot. We've got full self-driving. We're gonna do hurry mode until otherwise dictated. So we're gonna keep it in hurry. And everything else seems pretty much the same. So we got this 40% max speed offset. We're gonna give that a whirl, see if we're 10, 15 miles over the speed limit like we have been before. But from what I can tell, I think most of that is fixed. But, you know, we'll see. Navigational wise, we're gonna avoid the tolls and not use the HOV lane because I don't think Chewbacca counts, right? Right. All right. We're gonna do this, no music, 1x, raw video, and we get it in real time. Ladies and gentlemen, my inaugural drive on our AI student driver, Fsd Supervised 12.5.6.3. Let's get it going. All right, we're getting started. Oh, that's not good. We want to go to the back. We're gonna see how this goes. We're gonna ride it out. We've taken this back alley. Not a big fan of being back here, personally. Now what do we do? Now what do we do? There's a ladder. This individual is now moving. I don't think we can make it. Let's see if we can go ahead and... We got there, moved. There was just some situation there, but this is why I don't like coming to the back alley of these establishments. But we did it. No harm, no foul. The AI student driver didn't hit that guy, which is really awesome. We're waiting for the GMC. Tesla said, no, we're gonna move. All right, so that was kind of exciting, but we got through it. I hope we never have to go through that back alley again, so report. And we'll see if the AI team is gonna take a look at that. All right, Chewy, let's get back over here. Wow, that was kind of an exciting way to get out of that parking lot, that shopping district, but we're gonna move on. We're getting to the Bill Archer Dog Park. Right now we're cruising down Westheimer. We will hopefully experience some highway driving, but as far as I can tell, it looks like we're gonna hit Highway 6. We'll see how that behaves on Highway 6, and we'll get a fair assessment, I'd imagine. I-10, I imagine we're gonna do a little more I-10 driving when we come to pick baby girl up from work. But so far so good. Even with the detour in the back alley of that shopping district, our AI student driver behaved fairly well. Not once did I think we were in danger, and it navigated it pretty good. All right, what do I want to talk about? So we're on the city streets. So this is smooth as ever, nothing crazy here. What we we want to talk about in the meantime? We've got holiday season approaching. Nutcracker here in Houston is going to be the main event for the weekend. Our resident Nutcracker goer is scheduled to be there this Sunday or Saturday. I'm not sure. I just know I'm not going. I'll be taking care of Chewbacca in the meantime. And what else we got going on? Maybe I should have prepared some things to talk about when there's really nothing going on. Everything is smooth. The speed, the offset, we're going a couple miles over the speed limit, so we're keeping up with the flow of traffic essentially. That's pretty nice. It's so comfortable, you really don't even notice it. But the speed limit is definitely being appropriate. Let's see. Tesla stock going up thanks to the election process. I'm cool with that. So I may not have voted for President-elect Trump, but I'm not opposed to President-elect Trump. It'd be interesting to see what the Republicans do now that they control most of everything. I'm here for it, especially if I can keep my stock going up like that. I'm here for it. But a lot of soul searching to be done on the Democratic side of this equation. I got to figure it out. Being able to talk to people at their level will go a long way. I'm tired of this party being the party of the elites. We got to figure this out. So, congratulations to President-elect Trump. When you get sworn in, you will be my commander-in-chief. And I'm okay with that. As should everyone else. So, congratulations to them. Elon Musk just became part of the Department of Government. I forget the acronym for Doge. Efficiency. Department of Government Efficiency. He's co-managing that, which I imagine he's just there in name only. They will be consulted more or less by Vivek, and that sounds good. You know, just knowing that Elon Musk has his presence in the White House being felt, that's okay by me. We'll see how it impacts his day-to-day in 2025, but my guess is not much, if at all. No more than what it's been doing when he's talking about his attempts at, political dealings. Anyway, what else we got? Can Tesla hit its goal, my goal, of them delivering 500,000 vehicles this quarter? Me personally, I've signed up. Like, I know the Tesla advisor position on the website. It's open here in the city of Houston and Richmond. I should apply for Richmond too. As a retiree, I have no intention of working for anybody else except Tesla. That's the only company I feel passionate about donating my time and energy to see that they succeed. Everybody else, they can kick rocks. I don't need to work, and I'm not gonna work unless Tesla asks me to. And I will put the remaining best years I have left dedicated to that company. I'm willing to do that. They could pay me in pure stock if they'd like. I would go to work happy with a smile and making sure that everything is copacetic with customers, employees alike. I would be grateful to work at an entry-level position for Tesla, the company. So that's out there. We'll see if they give me a call back. If not, water off a duck's back, if you know what I mean. I'll continue to do what I do from a distance, but I'd like to help them a little more hands-on, a little more tangible, if you know what I mean. So That's pretty much all that's new with me. We're trying to keep Chewy calm. He wants to run over here, but you gotta sit down, my guy. We gotta make sure that FSD is doing what it's supposed to be doing. So everything's been really, really smooth so far. Seeing a lot more Teslas. I mean, it's Westheimer. We got a service center a few miles back in the other direction. It's not uncommon to see Westheimer full of Teslas, but it's apparent that the adoption rate is steadily growing here in the great city of Houston. I'm paying attention. Just had to get Chewbacca situated. Alright. What else do we want to talk about while we traverse? Approaching Highway 6. I mean, we're end to end, so it really shouldn't be too different. I'm not sure how much different Highway 6 was in the first place. I-10 will be a really good test of the highway driving, but I mean, we're here now. Let's see what Highway 6 looks like. Still debating on whether I want to get a used Tesla versus a new one. With Hardware 4 getting a lot of this attention, it's hard. Obviously, I'm getting a used Tesla before I get anything else from any other OEM, period. If it doesn't have FSD, regardless if it's Hardware 3 or Hardware 4, your boy ain't buying it. So that's a given. The real question is 20,000-ish, 25,000 versus 45,000 to 50,000 for a new car or a used car. This is the dilemma. I could probably, given the way Tesla, I got an option that expires in December, and it's almost worth what a used Tesla, 2021 Tesla with 40,000 miles on it. I could pretty much turn that in and grab that car and not have a single car payment, which is pretty awesome. But it'll be Hardware 3. If I want a Hardware 4 car, I'm gonna want all the bells and whistles. Model 3 Performance would be more than likely the situation, and that's upwards to 50 G's. After you calculate everything. Would I get the Performance? I'm not sure. But more than likely, all I'm using it for would be the FSD. So to me, Performance is nice, and definitely the capability is cool whenever you want it. But I don't intend to drive again. The next car I really want would be the Cybercab, but you're not going to see one of those until 2026 Q1, Q2 maybe. So in the meantime, I'm putting more miles on this Panda, this Model X, than I think the missus would like. Even though I think this is our forever car, we're going to see how long we keep the Model X. It would behoove us to maybe get a second vehicle. You know, we had gotten into that fender bender with the Nissan, bumped us in the rear there. The repairs took approximately 2 weeks, so we were without a Tesla for about 2 weeks. One car household, you know, with the dream car and all. But now that experience leads us to believe, even though I don't drive a whole lot, the only driving I really do is to get a feel for FSD. But that's happening more to the point where me having my own personal car to do that is probably a necessity. We're gonna revisit this in about 6 months' time and see where we're at. But more than likely, we're gonna have a brother or sister for Panda. I can't stress this enough. If you're watching this, if you've never driven FSD, please find a Tesla showroom and see if they will allow you to test it. It is remarkable how this feels. Look, and in years past, that car merging onto Highway 6, our AI student driver probably would have been a little spastic. Just, you know, maybe a slight brake here or there, just a jerking of the wheel. That was an absolutely smooth interaction with that car merging onto Highway 6. This is crazy. This feels absolutely awesome. Like, this could lull you into a sense of security, a false sense of security, that this thing is ready, at least for the inaugural drive. That going in the back of the the shopping district, that was the only real complaint, but we just let it go. I seen it was going back there and I was like, let's see if you can get yourself out of that. Imagine if that ladder was unattended and there wasn't a guy to move it. The AI student driver would then need to reverse to get out of that situation. That's a very sticky situation for it to possibly get itself out of by itself. Oh, it says we can roll up or down the max speed, left or right, to adjust the driving profile. So with the left wheel, I think we can change it from hurry. Like now we see the AI student driver. This is the highway. Back there, that was Highway 6, but I guess still considered city streets. Now we have hurry mode on what is considered this part of Highway 6. We've switched over to this version of the end-to-end, and now we've got the hurry right above our speed limit. We're going 57 miles an hour, 58 now, and this street is supposedly 55 miles an hour. So now we're really experiencing the end-to-end on highways here. Currently at 60 miles an hour, 61. This is pretty standard. Like if I were driving myself, this is the flow of traffic. We're not zooming by these guys. Everybody is probably going around about 60 miles an hour, 60 miles an hour or so. So we've got this thing 40% above 55 miles an hour, and I think, I don't know. Something tells me I'm not sure that we are, I don't know. Right now we're at 66 miles an hour, which is 11 miles over what the speed limit sign dictates. 67. So let's see if I lower this. I set the max to 70. I can set it to the max to 65. Okay, I see what we're doing here. And 65 is kind of where I would want to be, personally. Hurry, 65, max speed. right, we just blew through this yellow light, no pause whatsoever, given our speed. That's exactly what I would want it to do. It was still yellow as we were passing through it. Holy smokes, ladies and gentlemen. We just had a flawless drive, and it looks like the, yeah, we did not wait for that conglomerate of cars. We just took the angle with that unprotected left. We are advancing, ladies and gentlemen. We are advancing. I do believe Chewbacca understands that we are at his second home away from home, Bill Archer Dog Park, and the car is kind of parking itself. Ooh, we got some work to do for that. Let's go ahead and let the auto park take over. Park us right about here. All right, we ran a couple of laps, so it's time to get back out there. I think we're gonna go to the Big Bottle Liquor Store, grab us a little bit of whiskey to celebrate going end to end on the highway. Why not, ladies and gentlemen? So take me to the Big Bottle Liquor Store. All right. And we're off to the races. We had a pretty good time. Chewbacca still seems full of energy. Maybe we didn't stay there long enough, but he was looking kind of, his tongue all out. The sun was beaming on him, Well, he's probably tired enough. All right, so we got a U-turn coming up here. We're gonna see how our new AI student driver handles this one. Hopefully everything's smooth. We gotta pay a little extra attention to some of these things that we know it used to do in the past. Make sure it's acclimated for this go around. All right, so I don't think it's gonna be able to make it over there. All right, it did. It did. The next one, it took it to the light. Which is okay, the next best thing. I thought we were gonna take a right there. All right, so this is it's definitely red. Hopefully it doesn't try to go when these cars are gone. We need the left turn on the signal. All right, good deal, good deal. Yeah, it was kind of moving pretty slow coming out the gate there as we got onto Highway 6. You could tell there was some frustrated vehicles behind me, but it wanted to make this left turn, and it eventually got over here. So proud of it for doing that. The other members of the road understood what the vehicle's intentions were, and I think that's pretty much all we really need to understand. You have to be a different type of jerk to hit a car anyway. So, some things to work on, but safety first, and I think that was probably one of the safest things. It probably could have turned right and it'd been even safer, but I wanted to make this left U-turn, so I'm okay with that. It's pretty uneventful at the dog park there. We're pretty much the only ones there for the all right, so now we're at the green here. The vehicle seems to be stopped, so we're going to give it a little gas to let it know it needs to proceed. We will be reporting that. Report. So, but we gave it a little bit of the accelerator with that green light there. It just would not proceed. So hopefully the AI team can take a look at that and we can get some more video footage in there to correct that deficiency. So we got the hurry max speed is 50 right here. Don't know why it's at 50. So we're gonna do the hurry max speed for 60, but it's easy enough. Just change the max speed. So we're getting over here to the left. So technically we got one report for our, I guess you could count this as part of the inaugural drive. I mean, it sat there for a little bit at the dog park, but still destination to destination. That one was a pretty good inaugural drive, and this is, I guess, part 2 of that as we go from the dog park to the big bottle liquor store. And we had paralyzation at the light there as we were attempting a U-turn. So everything seems to be smooth ever since then. But we still got to pay attention, make sure the car is behaving properly. We're no longer on the highway, so the hurry setting has been removed. So I imagine we're back on the city street stacks, and that's all good and well. I can't thank the AI team enough. To wake up and have your car be better than it was the day before, that's a pretty awesome feeling that I think most people would enjoy. You know, if there's a problem, we fix it over the night while you sleep. And to have the latest and greatest wide release of the Fsd software, you know, kudos to the hardworking folks at the Tesla AI team. Had Veterans Day just recently. You know, happy belated Veterans Day to all those guys. I didn't really take advantage of too many of the Veterans Day sales. I kind of try to stay clear of the hustle and bustle. A free sandwich isn't worth standing in line for, in my personal opinion. But congratulations to any of those that took advantage of these corporations wanting to celebrate Veterans Day. I tell myself I should take advantage of that stuff, but I don't know. I'd rather not be in line or have to deal with the people associated. So it's all good. Let's see. Veterans Day passed. Tesla stock is hovering around 330 last I checked. Bitcoin has soared through the roof. I do not own anything Bitcoin related. I don't regret not owning Bitcoin. I tend to invest in things that I use. With the perfect yellow light moving. Whoa! Whoa! I don't know what that car's intentions were, but it looked terrible. But our AI student driver handled it perfectly. I don't know what's going on with that car back there. It doesn't know what it's doing either. But yeah. And then we just avoided the truck there as it was trying to make a left turn. Our AI student driver is performing as good as it's ever been. I can't believe it. That's impressive. But as that yellow light was there, we continued to proceed given our speed. As we crossed through the intersection, it was still yellow. In versions prior to this, we would have hit the brakes exceptionally hard just to be on the safe side of not running that red light. It's like it calculated it perfectly, realized it knew it was going to make it, and made it. I kudos again to the Tesla AI team. That's crazy cool. So far, I haven't had a bad light interaction when it comes to abrupt braking, so that's cool. And given enough time and enough data, Tesla will have single-handedly eliminated the task of driving. Just enough time and data, ladies and gentlemen. And we're in the early stages. I highly recommend, if you have not experienced FSD, that you get to a Tesla showroom and experience the latest and greatest that they have to offer. If they have 12.5.6, more power to it, but just knowing where they are could be very influential in your financial decisions if you decide to invest in this company. I don't know how you can experience letting the vehicle drive in something that you could personally own and not be like, okay, this company's doing something a little bit different than everybody else. I mean, this is insane. The feel of it. Highly recommend getting a test drive and utilizing whatever version of FSD that they have out there. So, what time is it right now? I think we'll get to our destination at about 11:30. Gives us plenty of time to grab what we need, get back to the house, and tune in to Tesla Live. If you have not tuned into Tesla Live, I highly recommend that. A little more technical based, they're getting into the weeds of the advantages and disadvantages Tesla may or may not have against its competitors. A lot of Tesla bulls in there, but the Tesla bears are also, they stop in every now and then. But you never know who's going to drop by in Tesla Live. You can find that on YouTube. You can find that on X, $TSLA Live. They do it live. So that's always a fun thing to do. Noon Central Time. I think it's 1 Eastern, but the only time that really matters is Central. So noon Central Time. You need to find yourself listening to Tesla Live. You can always catch the replay, but if you want to stay up to date with the latest and greatest, I imagine they're going to be talking about 12.5.6.3's wide release to AI4 cars here in North America. Who knows what else we're going to get into. It's a wonderful space. Make sure you like, subscribe to that space, just so you can stay up to date with what's going on. I love that space. Anyway, we got a Tesla in front of us. I love seeing the adoption grow in the greater Houston area. I don't understand why you wouldn't want a robot on wheels. There's a Tesla to our right. Starting to become commonplace for these Teslas to meet at the intersections like watering holes. It's always fun to see. And you just know, you get an idea of like, man, that guy gets it. That guy understands. And to me, if you own a Tesla, good luck going back. Like, even if you're like, man, I don't like Elon for this, that, and the other, I'm not gonna support. It's not about supporting Elon for me at this stage of the game. When I bought my first Model 3, I didn't know Elon from the guy was at the service center could have been Elon Musk, and I wouldn't have known the difference. But because I'm aware that the vehicles work, they are actual, possible situations where you'd be like, instead of an internal combustion engine or a hybrid, I could get a Tesla and be just fine. That's what lured me to Tesla, not Elon, not anybody. So after buying the vehicle and using it, the Model 3, the cheapest one you could buy, I was floored. Now we graduated from that Model 3 to the Model Y, and from that Model Y to this wonderful, wonderful vehicle of the Model X, and there is no way I'll be able to go back, regardless of who's running the company. If these vehicles stay the best thing on four wheels, this is what I'll be in. And I encourage everybody else to look. I know there's people like, oh, I don't want to be in the same thing that everybody else is in. Fuck that noise. I want to be in the best thing that I possibly can for the money, for the best bang for my buck, right? And for me, if all I could afford was a used Model 3, that's what I'm getting, because I'm not getting, it's getting to the point where you can't pay me to use another vehicle. If they don't have FSD, it's not happening. I know I say that a lot, but it is absolutely true. I'd rather fucking take the bus than have to deal with driving another internal combustion engine, or even another electric vehicle for that matter. Those are just lateral moves with a different powertrain. It's the technology of Tesla that makes me so confident that everybody's gonna want this vehicle. I know it's not easy, but man, if you're weighing the pros and cons, these are the safest things you could be in. The technology in them makes it the most convenient thing to be in. And again, I've driven from point A to point B, on my way from point B to point C, and Chewbacca he's like, you're not doing nothing, pet me, hold me. And I'm over here basically wrestling with him so he can stay in this seat. This is I'm still paying attention, but let's just say my mental energy isn't focused on all of the things that could possibly be going wrong, because FSD has kind of taken on that responsibility in a limited fashion, right? Again, there was a report I had to make when it didn't proceed through that green lighted arrow to make the U-turn. I had to give it an accelerator press, but it still knew it needed to make that maneuver. That's fine. There was also a point where it went to the back of the shopping district. We were in the back alley of that shopping district. It's not where we want to be, but that's where we found ourselves, and our AI student driver was still able to get us to Westheimer. Without reverse, it would have been a little bit difficult had that ladder not been attended, but again, we would have just taken over and done it ourselves. But the energy expended in running these errands it could be used elsewhere, right? And that's what the Cybercab is going to offer. It's going to give you back your time that you would have otherwise been using, your time and energy that you would have been using driving. So I can't wait, and I have no problem betting the farm that Tesla will be able to complete what others have deemed impossible, because and they refuse to even try because of the gargantuan task at hand. So I'm going to bet on the company that continually achieves the impossible, and I have no problem with that. If the stock fell to $150 tomorrow, my conviction would still be the same. I am not driven by the price action of Tesla. It is definitely improving my brokerage account, gradually and quite strongly in the past couple of weeks, but that does not sway me one way or the other. I know the market does not factor in that this company is going to just be the most valuable company when it comes to ride hail, and then they're going to associate all of that technology and put it into Optimus. And at the same, this is an insane value opportunity if they can achieve what others deem impossible. And I'm betting that they can. So, whew, boy, I got a little excited there. I don't know. Does not matter if the stock jumps to 500, if the stock jumps to 700, if the stock drops to $25. My conviction is the same. I am not selling a share until I can see it on their balance sheet that they're going to run away with autonomous ride hail, and that they get first deliveries of an Optimus robot that is functioning outside of their very own factories. That's how long I'm going to, even then, you've got a runway of like 2 or 3 years where you should be holding the stock, because the stock market still won't understand the gravity of the situation. So I got a 10-year time horizon, and even then, situation pending, I don't intend to sell a share. The options I intend to exercise unless it gets to the point where I can open up some of this debt that I have on the books, like the house or the solar panels, right? I'd love to clear out some of that debt, and it would generate more disposable monthly income for me. But again, truth be told, I'd rather just have the 100 shares that these options represent. You know, buying 100 shares of Tesla at $155 a share versus the money that equates to, really just depends on the expiration date. But I mean, you really can't beat that bargain. So, you know, a lot of things to decide. It's hard to buy leaps at this stage right now, but to me, if the stock shoots to 25, 26, 2,700 like Kathy Wood and ARK Invest, you know, feel that it might, you know, that's also a bargain. Question is, when will the stock market actually realize the value of Tesla? And right now, I'd say it's trading a lot on hype. But if you've experienced FSD, you understand that hype is justified. It is 100% justified, considering the valuation of those individuals that have these ridiculous price targets, according to some. Is predicated on FSD. It all starts right here with FSD. We haven't even seen version 13 yet. You know, I see people still got their hands on their Teslas, like that young woman right there. The amount of money that Tesla will unlock once this becomes feature complete, that's gonna be the moment where people are like, holy smokes, they're close. And I don't want to miss that. So I'm going to stay in until the stock market realizes that Tesla has a massive amount of revenue to unlock when it comes to the autonomous sector, whether it be robots on 4 wheels or 2 legs. So this has been an absolutely joy of a drive. Not many alarming scares. Definitely nothing caused by the vehicle. Just a couple of minor errors. But these things will get shored up. And this is, whenever I start a new build, I notice that there's just like some phantom things, right? In many cases, this will be the first time that our AI student driver sees some of these roads through this build's eyes. So I imagine it'll take some probabilities here and there given the circumstances, and the more it sees these roads, the better it will become at the decision making. I don't know. I'm just pulling shit out of my ass. I don't have a background in artificial intelligence, but that's the feeling I get, because tonight even I'll notice some of these things that the car does wasn't what it did today or right now. So imagine there's just some probabilities, different randomness that's coming on with the road, but it gets smoother as, or the appearance that it gets smoother as the build continues. Like the more you utilize it, the smoother it gets, and that's always a good thing. All right, so we've arrived at the Big Bottle Liquor Store. So I'm gonna go in and grab a little bottle of something and call it a day. That's all I got for you today. Be easy. Tell the people bye, Chewy? You telling the people bye? Okay, cool, man.